Hey guys, welcome to episode number 80. Today is Wednesday, so it's DIY Wednesday, and today I wanted to test out a can of spray paint here. It's called Krylon Fusion. It's the topic of debate on a lot of aquarium forums as to how well it actually bonds to plastic. So I'm going to do a series of experiments here. I'm going to take you along with me to find out if Krylon Fusion is a good option above and below the waterline in an aquarium by testing it on a number of different aquarium-related surfaces. So come along with me and learn how to be a better aquarist. So I've been on the hunt for an aquarium-safe spray paint for quite a while. I did some research, and on some forums I read that Krylon Fusion is probably your best bet. When I read through the posts, some people said it worked great. Other people said they had mixed results, and that's probably because different people have different applications. Some people might have only done one coat, others might have done multiple coats. Some might be above the waterline, some might be below the waterline, and obviously different animals inhabit different aquariums, so you're always going to have slightly different results. So what I did here was I just got my own can of Krylon Fusion spray paint, and I went about collecting a few different materials that are often found in the aquarium hobby, inside the tank or outside the tank, and I just went outside and kind of gave it one blast of spray paint. I didn't bother with multiple coats. I just wanted to see real quick if the Krylon Fusion would work. Alright, roll up my sleeves and we'll get started here. Now what I'm going to do is take every item one at a time, and I'm going to do three or four tests to it, to basically test how well the spray paint is going to be holding to the plastic. The first one, I'm just going to use a Q-tip and gently brush and wipe the surface to see if it comes off when it's underwater. The second one, I'll probably just be using my fingers, maybe my nails a little bit to kind of scratch at the surface. And then probably the third one here is using a hard surface, like the screwdriver, to see if the paint will chip or fleck off from the surface. I can pretty much guarantee that it will scratch if I try to use the edge here, but we'll see how resilient it is. One item at a time here. So I'll just start with the airline hose. Obviously, this is stuff that already comes in black, so there's pretty much no reason to need to do this spray paint airline hosing. But I figured people use plastic hoses for a lot of different things in the aquarium space, so I just tested it out here, and it doesn't look like it's coming off here at all. It looks like it's bonded pretty well here. A little bit is coming off on my fingers, but it isn't noticeably coming off from the airline hose here. Let me just try one more test here, a little bit rougher with the airline, and I mean, it doesn't look like it's coming off readily. So it is scratching a little bit, and it is coming off a little bit on my fingers. You can see a little bit of black. So, I mean, I would say that, airline might be passable, but there isn't, a great reason why you should spray paint airline. So, take that as you will. I don't think it would come off immediately in the water. It looks like it's bonded pretty well, but not 100%. The next one is another thing that probably you won't encounter very often in an aquarium, but I figured I had it, so I'd test it anyways. just a plastic bottle. People use these to catch fish sometimes. I don't know if there's any advantage to using them underwater or spray painting them, but I know people use them as well for DIY filters. More of the 2-liter bottle. Again, I don't see this coming off at all. To the touch, at least. It looks like it is bonded fairly well there to the plastic, but you will note that a piece did chip off here because the plastic is flexible. I have an assumption here that when your surface is flexible at all, you're going to lose flecks of paint, and that's exactly what's happening here. So anything that can bend or flex, your paint is going to chip off like it just did. So I wouldn't recommend using anything, any surface that can bend and flex like this, because you're going to get flex, and it's not going to hold on very well. So that's the plastic bottle. Next up is PVC. Now this is probably one of the main uses for this Krylon Fusion spray paint. I know a lot of people do their own overflows and their own various kits. Different ways of connecting pipes and plumbing beneath aquariums, and sometimes some of that stuff, especially the return feed, does come into the aquarium, and sometimes you need to hide that plumbing, and white PVC with the red lettering isn't very appealing to have sticking into your reef tank, for instance. You can remove the red lettering if you have like acetone or something. The lettering will come off, but if you want to hide the white PVC completely, this actually looks like it's a fairly decent application. It's not coming off at all. I will scratch it a little bit here to see if it comes off, and it does start to come off here when scratched, but I have a feeling now that I'm testing that that's going to be true of anything here. So if you have anything which might try to eat at the surface, anything like a sea urchin, or in a freshwater tank, maybe a plecostomus. If this surface gets any algae growth at all, something's going to be eating at it, and if that happens, the paint's probably going to fleck off a little bit. Probably not nearly this bad, but it might a little bit. But I'd say this is probably the best material I've tested so far in terms of its durability here. But again, when it's scratched with a hard surface, it is gonna start to chip up and flake up like that. On to the next one here. This is another one that you're probably likely to see in some cases. This is acrylic. I just chose a piece that was kind of a junky piece that cracked. But obviously acrylic aquariums are pretty popular, very expensive. I myself wouldn't spray paint an acrylic aquarium. I think it's kind of counterproductive because they are really expensive. There's better things you can do than spray painting an entire acrylic aquarium. But if you have little DIY projects, some of which might need to be painted, this actually looks like another good application here. I do see little scratch marks here now that it's dried off, where I have been scratching at it, so it doesn't look like it's quite as robust as the PVC, but it's probably the next best so far that I've encountered here in this test. Let's just go at it with screwdriver. And again, it's kind of the trend here that, you know, if you have something that's really going to start to scrape and scratch at the surface you have painted, it will come up. So I think it's safe to say that all of the plastics that I've tested, the PVC and the acrylic here, they bond really well. The paint does bond really well to plastic, but when you go and scratch at it, it will start to come up. But I would say that for applications where you don't intend the surface to be scratched, I do believe this is aquarium safe. It's inert once it's dried, and that's because it is bonding to the plastic. And the only time when that isn't true is when it's being scratched really heavily. So if you have an application that is correct for the Krylon, by all means, go ahead and test it out and let me know the results. You can post it in the comments or make a video reply. Two other materials that I did test here. I had a junky kitchen glass, and I know this isn't plastic, but I wanted to test it on a couple other materials anyways. So this is a glass, and you'll encounter glass a lot in the aquarium hobby as well. Again, like the acrylic, there aren't a whole lot of reasons why you would probably want to spray glass, especially glass that's inside of an aquarium. A lot of people spray the outsides of aquariums if they don't want to create a background. It's an easy way to get it all one uniform color. But again, this Krylon Fusion does seem to bond really well to glass as well. As you see, I'm not getting anything up, but again, when I do go to scratch this, you'll notice that it does come up a lot faster on the glass than it does on the plastic, and that's because I assume that the Krylon Fusion is bonding to the plastic, therefore it's part of the plastic, whereas this is just coating the glass, and so when it comes up in big flecks. So I wouldn't really recommend using it on glass unless the glass is on the outside of your aquarium, in which case it probably is a pretty good option. And the last one here is just terracotta. I know a lot of people use terracotta pots in their aquariums. Again, I don't know why you'd want to spray paint terracotta, but in case you're interested, I'll give this a go. I actually like the natural color of terracotta quite a bit. It looks pretty good in aquariums. And part of its charm is it does have a surface that has a little bit of texture to it. It is a little bit porous, so that fish can lay their eggs on it and other things like that. Plants can grow on it and stuff, or around it, and it tends to hold up really well in aquariums. When this is spray painted like this, it's more of a slick surface. It looks like it's repelling water quite a bit, so it's no longer porous. It might even be safe to say that the water and air can't pass through it anymore. But again, it's not coming up to the touch here, so it seems like it's a pretty good option if it's going to have just light use. But again, I'll try to scratch it here and see what happens. And ironically enough, even though the Krylon Fusion says it's for bonding to plastic, it looks like out of all of them, it's bonded the best to the terracotta. You'll notice there are a few small scratches on the terracotta, but for the most part, it didn't come up. So I think, because it is somewhat porous, the spray paint was able to kind of infiltrate those pores and hold on a lot better than those plastic surfaces. Even though it's bonding to the plastic, it seems like it's embedding itself in the pores here, which might be an even better option for longevity. So out of all of the things that I've tested here, I'd say ironically the Terracotta holds up the best, and then I'd say the PVC pipe and the acrylic are probably next, and then the rest is just kind of like at your own risk. I wouldn't recommend it. So these are the three that I probably would recommend here for using the Krylon Fusion on. And again, I wouldn't do it to something that's going to be inside an aquarium if there's something within the aquarium that's going to be scratching at it. But if all you have are fish, I believe that using the Krylon Fusion inside the tank is a perfectly safe thing to do. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I learned right along with you watching this, so hopefully it was helpful. All right, guys. See you later.